Alright, welcome back. This is the cage match of Dark Souls 2. Last session, we got our ass kicked for about 3 hours in the Scholar of the First Sin edition of this game. The first Heide Tower Flame took forever, and I apologize. But what we're going to try and do here, we're back in the vanilla, and we're going to give the... We can start going one of two ways. We can beat the Pursuer and skip to the Lost Bastille or whatever it's called, or we can go the correct way. And I think there was something I missed. I mean, I'm sure there's tons that I missed. Anyway, or we could go through the pirate area and get to the Lost Bastille that way. So I just wanted to see if I could actually take on the Pursuer real quick. I think there was a locked door that I was supposed to bang on and then somebody would open it. But I don't know if it got us anywhere new or if it just got us somewhere we were already going to go or already had been. So I'm trying to get to... I don't think I'm going the right way. And I don't think this is the right way. I think this takes you down to the long tunnel without any... Yeah. Oh, where'd this guy come from? Oh, right. He's at the bottom of the stairs. So apologies, let me give this another shot. You know, it's interesting, you know, like, it wasn't interesting, so I, don't watch that last session if you don't want to see me bang my head against a wall for 2 hours on a single level. But what I will say about it is... it was interesting, getting through the tower was a mess, but then you get to the bosses and it takes like 5 seconds. So I feel like this is where I was trying to go. So I feel like... I don't know if that's an indicator of the difficulty being off or not. I mean, it's an indication that I was terrible, but to be able to just walk through the bosses on the first try after dealing with the Heide Tower Knights for ever, seems great. So what I'm going to do... I've got 2,600 souls. You can't go this way. What I'm going to try and do is I feel like there was an extra path you could take up here, maybe. Basically, I thought there was a way you could drop off something and check out the room that we just ran through, one of the rooms we just ran through, but maybe not. There is a way to cheese the Pursuer. I have never successfully done it. What am I rocking for weapons? But I was going to give it a shot and just see what happened. I've got a +2 fire. Okay, that's fine. I don't think I up +2 bastard, so that's at 168. This is still higher, so let's stick with this for now. And let's see if I can pull this. What's going to happen is I'm going to fail the cheese, and then I'm going to die. And then we can go back and do it the other way, but maybe not. Maybe we'll get lucky. I skipped the Pursuer. It's basically the first time you run into him is right outside the shortcut, where the bonfire we started at. If you climb up a ladder onto the platform, he drops down exactly like he did here. Bird brings him in. And, I said there were like a couple of ogres and the things betwixt behind like a branch of York kind of passageway. I thought I saw somewhere it might actually be... Oops. Did I... Nope. See if I can do it again. Still no. Shoot. There we go. Look at that. Did not expect that to work. Well, I knew it would work. I didn't expect to be able to do it. I guess that's the real. So then, and the trick is you have to be careful because his attacks will break the ballistas, and once they're gone, they are gone. There's, you know, obviously there's two, so there's other ways you can do it. But what I've often heard is if you can get somewhere around like here, you know, there's some like crud there on the floor. You want to be just a hair away from it. He'll lunge at you. You can run, roll through it, and then get there in time. And it seems to have worked. All right. So what this allows us to do... No, maybe this is what I was thinking of. So we're going to sort of go full... Well, let's see what's up here. Oh, no, yeah. Let's go full circle real quick. And grab this item. Drang Lake stuff. Nice. And then let's run for it. Looks like my weapons, something's about to break. I don't know if it's my armor. I think that's what that symbol means. Now, like I said, that, you know, this is going to take us to the Lost Bastille, I think. There's two ways to get there. This is the sort of back entrance. And then there's sort of the quote-unquote proper way through... I can't believe I'm blanking on the name of the pirate area. And I don't know if it's advantageous to go one way or the other. I think one way you need a branch of yore, I think, to get through, but maybe that's not true. But again, classic trope. You get a lift from a giant bird. In this case, it looks like an eagle, and I'm guessing it might be the same one that drags the pursuer around. Maybe he's not too discerning. He was expecting somebody to finish that up. So yeah, let's light this. I don't think there's, yeah. Yeah, and here we are. So let's not do that. Let's quickly travel to... Nope. Back to Majula. Level up. We'll jump into Scholar of the First Sin. See if we can do the same hack.
Bearer of the seek so seek lest this.
Okay, let's get that up to 20. That up to 14. Because then we're in Halberd territory, if nothing else. And, boo. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, let's jump over to Scholar and give that another shot. Get that shortcut opened up, and then we'll start figuring out the actual path we'll take. Okay, so here we are back in the Scholar of the First Sin. Let's travel back over to this checkpoint, and yeah, we'll try the exact same run and see if we can, you know, have lightning strike twice here with the pursuer. Last time I went this way. I think there is a way to do it if you go down. I just blanked on which way to go. So okay, again, these guys are a little different. These are the enemies you're going to find in the next area. They moved them over here. Which again, I guess you could say makes some sense because they're, you know, like, oh, these, you know, connecting the next area. But I'm not sure if that actually makes sense of why they'd be here. A little bit tougher to get to the boss gate. I want to take this guy out because he doesn't have a shield. Killed. Part of me wonders if I should use an Estus because I'm not gonna. Either I succeed against the pursuer or I don't. It's not like I'm gonna be able to successfully really duke it out. Now, sort of, you know, Hero's a hybrid of the two. Again, I don't know if they're supposed to be working in conjunction. I get the idea, again, that, oh, they, you know, it's connecting the two areas, but I don't know if it would make actual sense to have the enemies themselves figure it out and sort of work together like this. Okay, so we want to go about like here. Blew it. Nope. So he just destroyed one. So let's see if we can get him to do it the other way. Nope. It's probably going to break that ballista because now... So now it's on. That's when you gotta be really careful about because he will basically one-shot you if you get with that last jump attack. That lunge is a pretty safe bet. Wow. There we go. So you can see, I mean, it's definitely doable if you have a lot of patience because, you know, he telegraphs his moves pretty clearly. But it's like a high risk, right? Like you get hit once, you're done kind of thing. Not literally, but it's pretty impactful if you get hit by him. So you gotta sort of basically not make mistakes. All right, gotta get by this turtle, get by these guards. You know, I ran past everybody last time, but I think basically I had to clear them out up in here. So hopefully we should be all set for the rest of this. Yeah, so the main thing is, you know, like, be careful when he does the 1, 2, 3. When he jumps up in the air and lands, you usually can get a shot or two off. When he lunges with his glowing sword, don't get hit by that. My understanding is that, 1, is going to do a lot of damage. 2, I think it lets him charge up an ability, maybe to use magic on you. But don't quote me on that. Did I miss 2 chests when I did this last time? Or was the room empty? No Man's Wharf. That's the name of the that is the name of the pirate area I keep blanking on. So what we're going to do is we're going to travel back. And then I think I'll go through No Man's Wharf. You want to have a Pharos Lockstone, if I recall, when you go through No Man's Wharf. I don't know if I should have saved money. Let me see if the merchant has one I can buy real quick before I level up. But the merchant's not here. Whatever. Okay. Let's get some points going. All right, so we got 20 into vigor. Adaptability is 12. We got enough for the... I'm going to pump some into endurance. And I don't think we have anything we need to upgrade. Have the materials, but let's take a look. Okay, we can do some fire stuff, or we can do the halberd, or we could do... No, we can't. What does this need? Large. That just needs one Titanite shard, so let me buy one. But he's out. Okay. Then let's hold off. Okay, so with that, let's jump back over to Vanilla and we'll start tackling No Man's Wharf. Unless there's something... No, let's do that. Okay, so here we are. We are back in the vanilla version. Again, the merchant's moved here. She did not move in Scholar. I'm not sure if I'm missing something to trigger that. I don't think she's going to have what I need anyway, but yeah, she's out of Pharos Lockstones. But let's travel to here, and then we're going to travel here. And let's see if we can make our way down to No Man's Wharf. Now, I think the way you want to go... I don't know if No Man's Wharf is like an area you can sort of see that, like, is it supposed to be underneath one of these areas or like a cave in the coastline? But we're pretty far away from that. Anyway, so you make your way down this spiral staircase. Again, really hoping somewhere there's just a Pharos Lockstone sitting around. Not sure what that does. Increases physical attack, that could be good. Thrust weapons, Let's get some increased physical attack going. Now this is vanilla. Okay, I remember some of these things, but I don't remember back to back like that. 2, 3. I sort of remember Old Knight Halberd. I sort of remember this being a pretty straightforward run. Let's see, what are we looking at? Halberd plus 3. I think I've got the juice for that, so that's 227. Let's switch to that. I don't know what the Old Knight Halberd does, though. More dex. a little bit less damage, but that could be just because it's not pumped up a little bit. Yeah, I remember this being sort of a straightforward area without too many overwhelming surprises, but I guess we'll find out. There's not much room in this corner. For some reason I remember something, maybe again I'm confusing Scholar in this one. I remember something tricky in this hallway. I also can't remember if there was a secret passage somewhere. I'm really bad at remembering the hidden walls. Maybe they're going to conveniently mark it for me. Let's see if somebody says, like, liar ahead. Really? Oh, well. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I thought there was... Yeah, I don't quite get what I'm doing incorrectly. I thought you could just swing... Oh, well. Okay. Well, good enough. Let's get the halberd back up and running. And let's head to the other side, where I believe is the elevator down to No Man's Wharf. Which I sort of took to be like, you know, a lot of castles would have docks underneath where they would sort of get their supplies from if the castle was like on a river or something. So that's sort of how I understood the relationship between these two areas. Because there are certain areas in this game that the relationship between them doesn't make any sense. The geographic, the physical relationship between the two does not make sense. Oh, maybe... Okay, so yeah, you move a little slower here. Maybe this is what I was remembering being tough. Is he guarding something? Like a staircase? That's my fear, is that it's the staircase. To the second floor. I think this is the way you want to go. So I don't think you have to go to the second floor, but what we could do is... First, I think there's going to be an NPC here, and then maybe we can... Maybe it's quicker with this bonfire to work backwards.
What is it? I don't know you, and you don't know me. Things are better that way.
Okay, we're going to blow through the dialogue.
You are an odd one. Normally, people keep a safe distance when they see this mask. But you... I'm called Lucatil. From the land of Mira to the far east, across the mountains. They say Drang Lake brims with powerful souls. And so I came to claim my share. But what a strange place. Even the ruins did not prepare me. You are an odd one indeed. I've always made a point of avoiding people, while you've made a point of engaging me. I can see that you are mid-journey. If you require assistance, I will help you. I come from Mira, a land of knights. My sword is always ready. Don't hesitate to call upon me. Whatever happens, I won't be used.
Just getting a look at the mask she mentioned usually turns people away.
You are an odd one indeed. Well, you've made a...
Okay, so we burned through her dialogue. That's great. But yeah, this, you know, like a lot of these stories, this is a land where people... Everyone feels like an outsider. It's like, oh, you know, you never meet anybody that's actually from Drang Lake or whatever this place is called. All right, let's go see if we can bang out this. Let's just check here. See if we can get to the upper portion of this. It's going to be trickier because, you know, we're going to move slower in the water. Maybe what I should do is just go for it, because who cares? Okay. I don't think what we're wearing is the knight helm armor, blah, blah, blah. I think it's a little different. Now, what's this? Interesting. It looks like the door has been broken. All right, so let's see if we can sneak by this guy and make our way back. I guess we could homeward bone in a pinch. Okay. Got the knight set. I guess that's good. So what I'll do is I'll get to this bonfire and go see what's different in that little interlude before we do No Man's Wharf in the Scholar version. So let me rest here just to make it official. And yeah, we'll jump back over and try this again in Scholar. Okay, so let's give the next part a try here, now that we've switched over to Scholar of the First Sin. I'm trying to figure out if she just never comes in the original base game. I truly don't know. But, so yeah, let's try that space in between Heide's Tower Flame and No Man's Wharf. Where do we want to go? No. Here. So I was doing a little bit of research, because, you know, last session was downright humiliating. It's not the way I want to go. To figure out how do you deal with the Heide Knights, and apparently the answer is a couple things. One, don't try and get behind them. It's better to fight them from the front, because then what you can do is you can bait them into like an overhead, their slowest overhead attack, and that can be parried. So apparently the answer is parrying. But then I also did a little more. I'll see if I can remember to post a link in the show notes. But what I also did was I was doing a little research into was it a little bit of research? I don't know exactly what to describe it, but basically I was watching a bunch of videos as I was trying to figure out the Heide Knights. And I came across one that was like, I guess this guy did like a 10-part reaction to somebody else praising Dark Souls 2 and breaking down like the logic was blah, blah, blah. I don't know what it was. It was a lot, but he did one specifically for Scholar of the First Sin that actually got into some of the mechanics that... Is this new? No. And it's sort of, you know, part of the problem I was having with the Heide Knights is that I never... Okay, so this guy is different. It used to be... It used to be one of the tall... Wasn't it? It was one of the tall golems that you saw up top. Now it's a smaller... Seems a little more... Oh, okay. This definitely seems new. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe that's why people put notes in the other game about a chest, because they're like, hey, in Scholar, the chest is here. So that's good to know. Anyway, so the guy did like a... I didn't watch the 10-part whatever, you know. Basically, the gist I got from... I started watching the 10-part whatever. I watched part of the first one. And a lot of it sounded like... The original video was saying things like, you know, this is more fun. And it kept using that kind of phrase as if it were an objective truth on which to build a logical argument. And the takedown video would just talk about how the logic falls apart because XYZ. Anyway, but for the Scholar of the First Sin one, there's a chunk where he goes into the mechanics. And it's sort of illustrated... Okay, that's definitely new. This is sort of coming back from the Forest of the Fallen Giants, right? The guys sort of slumbering and then they wake up and come to life. It was in here. So in here, we've got two things going on. We've got a branch of your statue, and then we've got one of these things that will curse you. Oh, and... Okay, so now that he's taken care of, I'm not as worried about these two. So they've blocked you from proceeding because we do not have a branch of yore, which is a fairly rare item to get a hold of. Anyway, so it goes into certain mechanics that I might have been sort of getting the gist of when I was fighting the Heide Knights, but not able to explain. First and foremost, again, I'll try and link to the video. It goes into the idea that maybe the backstab boxes are... No Lucatiel here. Can be a little wonky, right? You know, they can, you know, a lot of the time they were showing backstabs where, yeah, you were off the guy's shoulder. Sometimes, like, in the video, they'd show you the person was down right in front of them. I wonder where Lucatiel went to. So here we are in No Man's Wharf. This is one of the areas that I went through so many times that they had to start disappearing the enemies. All right, let's take a minute. I'm kind of out of life gems. I've got 2 Estus. The lighting is not as bad as I expected. You can see there's a guy hanging off the edge there, so you got to watch out for getting jumped from behind while you're getting shot from behind. thought you could knock them off and... But there are a couple things that the video pointed out. First and foremost, yeah, backstabs do seem to be weird. Like, the guy would be clearly behind them in all sort of points of interest, and it would rarely work. Sometimes you'd be off the guy's shoulder or in front of him. It would give it to you. It shows instances of hitboxes being really weird. There was one death. One of my shorts that I put together was a compilation of most of the deaths I had in Heide Tower Flame. Oh, I see. He stood up from... There we go. And one of the deaths, I remember, you know, only because I had this sort of mix of all of them. It was me sort of dodging out of the way of an overhand shot of the two-handed sword golem up top. And I sat there saying like, oh, I thought I dodged that, but it got me. And that might not have been my imagination. I might have gotten out of the way, and it still got me. That was humiliating. It's all humiliating, but that was in particular humiliating. Oh, screw you. So that was interesting. Then it pointed out other weird things that I didn't even really think about. Ooh. And that one of the things I thought that was the most interesting was the movement in this game. In original Dark Souls, I think you had basically 360 degrees of movement. And what this video showed that was interesting, and it might be why I'm always feeling like the movement is off, is that you can only move sort of like, I don't want to say literally compass points, but it's not fluid. It's sort of chunk, 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 chunk. And that can make you think you're running this way, and then all of a sudden, like, you'll correct a little bit in a way you didn't expect. I think I ran off a ledge, honestly, at one point. Running down the stairs from one of the bonfires in Heide's Tower Flame, and, you know, it caught me off guard because I thought I was sort of curving around the staircase, and I didn't. And it was potentially because, yeah, there's these... You don't move in a 360 degree. So I thought I was going to curve with the stair. I didn't, and I just hadn't gotten to the point yet where it corrected and changed to the next sort of compass point, for lack of a better word. I feel like those are explosive barrels. So the idea of this level is not... Nope. And then it makes a lot of other things like, you know, other mechanics that, you know, he didn't love. But I thought those are some interesting takeaways that felt a little more objective than, like, I didn't like this, or this feels too slow, which was actually the guy's main takeaway from a lot of the videos he initially was reacting to. What does that say, actually? Treasure ahead. I know there's a treasure ahead there, but... Let's see if there's a trap. Nope. There's definitely some hidden rooms in this general area that I'm nervous about overlooking. So anyway, I'll put a link to the video because I thought it was actually kind of interesting. When all was said and done at the end of the day. Now, can you... So what's cool about this level is you're trying to get through the whole thing to ring a bell to summon a ghost ship, which then will be the official way to take you to Lost Bastille. What you can do, not that I think I'm going to pull it off, but what you can do is you can shoot the bell from different parts of the map. And I don't claim to know where you can shoot the bell from exactly. I don't know if you can actually do it from here. The post might be in the way. But if you can hit the bell, you can actually, you know... You still have to get through most of the level. I don't think it gets you around that. But it, But I thought that was interesting. I actually expected the light and dark to play more of a role here. The way, you know, because like there's that part in Forest of the Fallen Giant where the darkness was much more pronounced. Here it's actually not too bad. I can get down there, right? Basically, can I get back up? That's what I was really trying to... you know, and then the video goes on to show a lot of other instances where, like, it's doing a lot of weird things in terms of, like, your lock-on, focusing on weird targets, or being locked on and it not mattering, you know, so when I thought, like, this game sort of moved in a clunky way, I might not have been completely imagining that. So there's sort of a big ambush that could happen here, like guys jumping off roofs. You know what? Maybe I can... Yeah, I don't think I can get the bell from here. Here's a shortcut you're trying to unlock. But what I do... let me see. What I should do is I should just leave this bow equipped, I think. It's not going to impact my... The rest of it's not crazy, but... It's good to sort of thin the herd a little bit. Especially since, you know, this version's the version that's just going to dump 4,000 enemies on you. Get out of that house, and I did not. And so yeah, like I said, I'll try and remember to link to the video. You don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to hear him like specifically addressing the failures of logic in another video. But and I wish I could remember how far into the video it goes. But at some point, it does get interesting in that it shows a bunch of different issues that I thought sort of explained a little bit. What I'm trying to do is I've got a bastard sword, 168, 227. So the trouble I'm having here is the halberd's too slow. I'm not sure if the bastard sword is going to be fast enough either, but... I think I've been spoiled by dex weapons, if I'm being honest. I don't know how they hold up here, but... I want to like the halberd, but so the trick with this level It's not a trick. You have to be methodical. Maybe it's a thing I should be saying about Dark Souls 2 as a whole. For me, there's no shortcuts because I'm not good at this game. So I can't just walk away from a guy shooting arrows at me on the roof. I gotta make sure I take him out. Anyway, maybe none of that stuff will be interesting in the video, but I thought it was kind of a... Whoa. The other thing about the Bastard Sword is that it will give me a sweeping attack. So like there you can see, I think I was locked on, but somehow it had me going all over the place. Oop. That's not good. That's helpful because they'll have trouble getting up, hopefully, while I run and get my stuff. So I'm sort of being very cautious because there is an enemy in this level that I really struggle with. But it also is an example of, one of the times that they tried to do something with the light and dark mechanics, which, again, it's interesting. It's not what I really wanted, but it is interesting. There's an enemy that is basically afraid of the light or light sensitive. I don't know, maybe lighting all the torches could help. But it's one of the reasons why you want to have a Pharos Lockstone, because I think the Pharos Lockstone can sort of turn on this... Oh, there's Lucatiel here. Could turn on this sort of universal light that really clears... Makes it a little interesting. Oh, interesting, okay. Human effigy, nice. One of the interesting... Well, let me talk to Lucatiel here.
What is it? I don't know you. Things are better.
I think it's going to be the same dialogue, so I'm just going to...
No, I'm called from the lab, they say, and so I get the orders. You are an odd... Well,
blow through that dialogue.
I come, don't... You are an odd... Well, I come from Mira, don't hesitate. You are an odd...
Okay, I think we're good. It made an interesting point, and I don't know if this is a fair point or not, maybe because... I didn't know if it was like too reductive, like you could reduce this with a lot of game mechanics, but it sort of made the argument that Dark Souls 2 introduces a lot of game mechanics and then introduces a lot of mechanics to eliminate those mechanics. Like, this could be bad. Like one of the things it mentions was one of them they tried to make the point with was adaptability. And I'm trying to remember the sort of basic gist. Was the idea like it sort of limits the number of iframes you get, but then gives you a way to up the iframes back to like the numbers you're expecting or something like that. And then so his sort of response was, well, how about you just, how about you just give us the iframes we're expecting? Or like with life gems, he's like, you reduce the number of Estus flasks, but then you create this system where you can get almost unlimited life gems. So why not just eliminate, and not just life gems, but a number of other ways to heal? Like, why not just get rid of all of them and keep the Estus flasks, or something like that. It was kind of an interesting. I think we're getting close to where we can hit the bell from. Just have to be careful that we don't get... Can I hit the bell? So you can sort of see the bell. I wonder if they patched this out or something. Can't really tell if I'm going under, over. Or if it's just at a range so it's not really registering. Oh well. The other thing I'm tempted to do is light some of these torches. Because they stay lit even when... Oop. I wonder if these are the guys that got stuck in the water finally figuring it out. Yeah, there's a message here. So, well, I was wondering if this is telling me, like, hey, you can, shoot the bell. Anyway. I'm kind of wondering if I should be lighting up some of these torches. Have this area better, because we haven't encountered the creatures that are afraid of the light yet, but or even if I don't light all of them, at least lighting ones that are close to where I might need the torch later on, if that makes sense. So I don't need to reset it. I'm hoping I can just toggle A. Because we got a bunch of this area cleared in the first half. But yeah, I gotta tell you, the first time I ran through this in the vanilla, I got wrecked. I went through this, like I said, so many times. It was one of the cases where they stopped spawning the enemies. I don't know why I struggled so much with this area, but I really did. So yeah, eventually we're going to try and get over there, I believe, or no, the ghost ship, I guess, is where we're trying to get to, but I thought one of the creatures was here. Maybe in vanilla it is. Again, I conflate the memory of the two. Oh, I want to go that way. Okay, so let's light this. I want to read what that message says. Last time it disappeared. Try jumping. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could jump down, but I don't know what that really gets you. Okay. So yeah, there's two ways we can go. Oh, yeah. Here's the creatures that are really bad if you don't have a torch. So that's good that we got that one lit, if nothing else. So let's go the other way for now. Sort of just a mess of dogs. You can see our sword is actually starting to fall apart, so we might have to take this one more time. I think these... Well, if the dogs aren't gonna... Can I pop this guy and kite him over? Separate from the dogs. Nope. Some good bow and arrow work going on there, gentlemen. All right. Those can be a little tricky because they can sort of gang up on you and sort of ding you enough so that you can't... So you're constantly getting sort of bumped around. You can't get your shield up. You know, they sort of chip away at you in a way. So this is the Pharos Lockstone that if you have one, it's good to unlock, but we don't have one, so... Because it creates this sort of general light that does a decent job illuminating. This was a nice touch, like they're asleep on guard duty. And I think you can avoid waking them up. But I think there's a secret wall you want to chip away at, and that definitely wakes them up, so... Bandit axe, that's, I think, a decent weapon. Nervous there's another guard over there on duty that would have woken up. Really running low on my bastard sword. Let's switch to the fire longsword. Oops. Again, not much going on in terms of staggering. Okay, repair powder could help out here. Get my bastard sword back up, but I don't have an issue with using this sword, so I guess... Somebody's still active, though. Oh, there he is. Okay. I don't want him to fall off, because then I'm going to lose track of him. I wonder if you can do it from here. I don't even think it matters. I mean, it's not like the craziest thing in the world to actually circumnavigate the level, but, okay. Was that enough? You can see it ringing. Activates the ghost ship. So it kind of lets you skip, I guess, a little bit, like that passageway up top with those enemies that, you know, have trouble with the light. Trying to see... Does it really get you anything, though? Because I'm trying to figure out, like, can I jump down and get down there? And I don't know if I can. So real quick, let me just see... Can I make that jump? All right. Basically, what I'm trying to do before I... You know, got a lot of souls, it'd be nice to spend those. What I'm trying to do is figure out if I can get to the shortcut. And unlock that. But I have a feeling... I'm going to be roped off from where I need to go. And that I have to go do that area. I'm trying to figure out, could I get over there? And the answer is I don't think I can. So then do I... So the monsters are interesting in that... Oh, okay, it's just dog corpses sliding down the stairs. Yeah, I don't think I can get to where I need to go. So what I need to do is I need to light a torch. And so what I'm going to lose is I'm going to lose... You can see they retreat. But I don't know if it helps you fight them. Again, but it's a cool idea, right? And there's a lot of them. There's some that fall down from the top floor. There's... You know, it's just a mess. So anyway, what the Pharos Lockstone does is I think it creates enough light so that they don't come out of that building. Hopefully it'll stay. Again, once you lose the torch, it's open season, so you gotta... I will say those things weren't too rough in this case. It was nice. Oh, yeah, I probably getting this one lit could help on the way back. But so here's where you would ring the bell. But we didn't need to because we already did. That would have called the ghost ship. And now we can make our way down and hopefully unlock the shortcut. I feel like there's secret walls that I'm missing. How's this sword? Okay, this sword's still in decent shape. Oh, look at that. There's two of them, huh? Boo. Can they climb up the stairs? I'm not against trying to take them one-on-one. If I can separate them a little. For some reason, I remember them hitting pretty hard. Oh, bleeding. Ooh. That's not good. I don't remember how the bleeding mechanic works in this, to be honest with you. Hate to use a... You know what? Do I need to engage with that to get the shortcut? I don't think I do. This guy's... I don't remember him being in vanilla. So I can go down there, and I think I can get to where I need to go. I think the creatures, yeah, they're behind that wall. This guy just spends his lifetime hanging on the ledge for some reason. Okay, yeah, they broke the door, so you just gotta be a little careful, because they can hit you through walls. I think you have less success hitting them through walls, but... Alright. So many torches that I should have lit. Is this where the secret... Alright, let me figure out this shortcut and then... Oh, there's another one of those creatures. Oh, is that a sort of a drop attack in a weird way? I will tell you, when I first played this game, those things terrified me. I think there's another one in there. It's a creepy design. I like it. And also, they absolutely kick my butt. Over and over and over and over. Yeah, here we go. Oop, don't fall off, though, because I think certain places you fall off, you die. So you don't want to do that. So now we've got this opened up. Well, there's a guy hanging on the ledge there. I was going to say we can start, like, lighting some of the other torches that... I must have some life gems at this point. I do. Okay, let me get those loaded up so I'm not just... I don't want to burn through radiant life gems for this stuff. This stuff seems like it should be... Yeah, so let me definitely light these things up. Let me go deal with some of that other stuff. Because it should be mostly clear except for... Oh, these guys. Crap. So again, I'd be curious to hear what people thought about these mechanics. You have to be careful though. Some jars like that release like this poison goop that almost instantly infects you. Let me see if I can shoot it. And it's very, like, if you just, like, glance the jars, I think they break and can instantly poison you. So let's try another. Can you shoot a wall? How do I switch arrows? Oh, crap. All right. Some people are saying, I think there were like some audio cues that hinted at the fact there was a, okay, there's a branch of yore we could use, I guess. That hinted at the fact there was a lizard behind the wall. I did not hear it in this case, but I thought that was kind of cool that they tried to give you the audio clue to take a shot on that being a secret passage. Okay, we're getting some life gems. That's good. Let me see what that ring does. Blue seal. We've got the royal soldiers. Nope, we don't need maximum load. Physical attack could be good. Let's go with that. So maybe those were the secret passages I was thinking of. I'm sure there's more, but I just remembered, like, I felt like I was nervous I was going to miss. Now, I remember in one of these buildings, you sort of fight your way up and then there's nothing there. Oh, but no, this guy's good. We need to talk to him.
Who are you? I, Gavlan. Gavlan will, Gavlan deal. Gavlan wants soul. Many, many soul. What you want. With Kaplan, you will, you deal.
All right. So he's a merchant, but what's interesting is that
Kaplan will,
you can sell to him. I don't know how common that is, but he says he wants many souls, but he'll actually buy your stuff. So if you have extra stuff, like I don't need a dagger, I don't need a broken thief sword, don't want a short sword. I'm going to sell that. Foot soldier, let's sell that. Let's keep one of those. We'll keep that. We'll get rid of the other. Royal Greats, it's not that, that's pretty high. Yeah, you don't have to get rid of everything, but if you know there's stuff like you have 2 of them, or, there's a shield that's utter garbage, or if there's armor you're never going to use, go for it. Like I have 2 of these helmets. Let's sell the crappier one. Anyway, let's see what he's got for sale, though. Increased poise, that could be useful. I get staggered a lot. Poison arrows, I guess, could be useful. That also could be useful, but are these 1,500 a pop? Because that seems crazy.
many deal, many thanks.
And then I think you can unlock this, another shortcut. Now this is a little dumb, but I'll show you. Yeah, there's 3 of them in here. I'm not sure why they're not scared of the fire. But, you can sort of, try and separate them a little bit. But yeah, again, they didn't seem to react to... And I'm not sure why. Can I get one down? So if he's not going to react to the fire, I'm not sure why I'm bothering. Hopefully I can just, beat him into the ground because I have enough stamina. And I think there's one upstairs. I can't tell if I'm getting a weird shadow from me or... And I think in vanilla, maybe we'll find this out. I thought you had to get through all those guys to get to the merchant. I thought that was the trick. I'm a little nervous. I'm seeing a pool of blood here. Okay, it looks like a crossbow trap. So, nope. Okay, let's see if we can get the pool of blood here. Can't tell what's going on there. Okay, silver talisman. I don't know what that does. Is that a ring? No. Is that a helmet? Okay. So I feel like, for most intents and purposes, we have... Okay, we didn't cover everything. I was about to say we cleared most of the level. We got most of it lit up, so if we need torches, we're good. Let's see if we can get that last item. Losing track on how to get there, though. Not sure how I missed that. I can't tell if that's just an enemy I killed and forgot to pick up an item that it dropped. Let's go take a look. Oh, small and smooth and silky stone. That could be useful. Alright, so let's take this shortcut around, and we're going to go clear a couple of those guys that's still in the water that are protecting one last item. And then what I might do is I might... we'll talk to the NPC here just so we can speed through it next time. There's one. Okay, human effigy, life gem again, getting the stockpile going. Yeah, let's go talk to, if I can remember where he is, the NPC here, because basically what he's going to say, to paraphrase, is that you're too stupid to talk to. Sorry. So, get that out of the way.
I see light, but it remains dim. I am Carillion, and I've no interest in the magic impaired.
That's one way to put it, right? I think that's all he's going to say to you. Is this something you can turn? That's what I thought. Okay, so I don't really want to run around with 18,000 souls into the boss fight. So let me, just make sure there's nothing over here to grab. I think there's some enemies on the boat. Oh yeah, look at that. This guy came out of nowhere. Maybe he was hanging off the ledge. Definitely got one guy there. One guy up there. Two guys. Oh, and that guy up top might be tough. He's one of the guys that are from the Lost Bastille, which in this case definitely makes sense. Because this is a boat that goes between the two. What I'm going to do is I'm going to homeward bone back to the bonfire. We're going to travel. We're going to level up. Then we'll come back and we'll clear this area in vanilla. I almost said scholar because I got tripped up that I just kept going when I got to this one. So let's travel. So one of the things that the video I was talking about earlier got into was that
Bearer of the curtain seeks
the game is a little bit broken because the merchant who shows up over there from Farce of the Fallen Giants
so many.
has unlimited life gems for 300 souls a pop. And what the guy was trying to say was that this actually completely breaks the game because if you just level up and then you just go buy life gems, he was saying by a couple hours into the game, can I upgrade my Estus? I have a, nope.
Bearer of the curtain.
So you can see I can't just look at her. It's sort of these compass rose points that you have to. I don't, but I do have, I thought, something I could burn at the bonfire. So what he said is that if you only level up and, you know, level up normally and then go spend anything left on life gems, by a couple hours in the game, he was running around with like 99 life gems the whole time. And so maybe that's why they did not move the person over. I think I got what I need to get this up a couple. Oh, now need large. I think same with bastard with the halberd. Fire longsword, I'm short one. I think this game, like many other games, if you were to just buy or just go for like the biggest, you know, Matt over here calls it like Unga Bunga, sort of like the biggest blunt two-handed weapon you can just wreck shop. I think that holds the case here. I think it's true here. Okay, we got our bastard sword up to +3. And yeah, let's switch it over. Okay, so here we are. We're back in... Not sure which way I want to go. Apologies. I might have gotten turned around here. So now we're going to try No Man's Wharf in vanilla. Okay, I did get turned around. I want to switch to the Bastard Sword because it's a little bit quicker. It has a sweep that can help when I start to get jumped by multiple enemies. And yeah, let's see if we can figure out just how different this version is. Okay, no dog right here. There is somebody dropping stuff from above, but the dog is gone, at least from that particular spot. Nobody hanging off the ledge. Right? That's probably still the same. I probably should do that life gem thing on this version, just to see how it works. Now, for some reason, I thought the armor these guys drop wasn't bad. I feel like at some point I was using their armor. So you can see here, this torch is already lit. So they give you one a little deeper in that you can work from. You don't have to do it all yourself, I believe. Still an ambush. One thing I've never messed with is power stancing. I know there's like some weapons that if you power stance them, they're unbelievably good. I've just never... I guess I'm too scared not to go without a shield. Oh! Now, it's interesting that he's out here already. Because, again, I would have expected it to be scared of the light. So I'm curious where it came from. That's definitely a change. I wasn't expecting that to be... Maybe that was in here. Maybe that was one of the changes. Like because I thought I was saying I thought there was one in here, and maybe that was the case. I feel like this was a tricky choke point. There's a guy there, but was there somebody over here? Apologies, there's a bunch of some lawn work going on outside. I don't know how much of it's going to get picked up on the mic. I'm usually like, oh, background noise, but then it's not so bad. Yeah, maybe that's the tricky spot. There's a guy in that alcove. What's the Ring of Life Protection do? Oh, okay. Right, of course. Okay, I'm going to go down here, I think. Oh, didn't happen. All right. Doesn't mean it won't. But it didn't. I'm already starting to get more life gems on this run, though. But yeah, the guy was saying, like, you know, if you, again, you level up and then spend anything remaining on life gems, you end up with, like, 99, not too deep into the game. You know, his argument was that, you know, then the life gems just become... Infinite's too strong a word, but they're just so plentiful that you never have to think about using them. Again, they give you that one lit so that you're ready to go against these guys. Now, I feel like I'm going to switch to... Nope. I like what the flame sword was doing against these guys. I was able to get a lot of swings against them. And... Did he throw something at me, or... Like, I'm wondering if he threw, like, a pot at me that, exploded. Alright. You know, I'm starting to wonder if I didn't actually kill that first one. See, now these guys stay fearful of the... The other ones, I don't feel like they did. One thing I don't want to do is get trapped in this room. Again, interesting that these ones aren't fearful. Let's see if we can pop another life gem. So maybe that's consistent at least. So as you can see, yeah, you got to get through those guys in order to talk to him.
Who are you? I, Gavla. What? With Gavla?
Again, we can sell a few things. But whatever, you know. Let's see if he's got anything different to buy. Nope. Nope, nope. Okay.
Many deal.
Now, this doesn't look like it has any bloodstains. I'm hoping it doesn't have a trap because it would trigger and hit the NPC, but that one won't affect him, so that's okay. Great sword could be good. All right, so yeah, you can see a little bit different placement there. You gotta fight for a little bit more to get to the merchant. I wonder why there's a note here. Oh, okay. Again, what I probably should be doing is trying to unlock the shortcut first and foremost. Doesn't matter if I ring the bell. I can always shoot that from a distance. But here we go. Ring the bell like a proper gentleman instead of shooting it. I wonder if in a perfect world that would have come from, like, off-screen more. That's where I put one. Oh, you can backstab. Interesting. I did not expect that. You can see none of those ninja guys, at least that I can tell, drop down here. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Now this opens up this shortcut, but again, the merchant's not here for it to be exactly the same. I guess I didn't wipe these guys out. Now, I know there are mimic chests in this game. I just don't know how to tell when you're about to encounter one. Alright, yeah, here's the guards. See if I can get to them before they wake up too much. Can't remember, did I break through the wall to get like the crystal lizard? I don't feel like I did. You can see less dogs at least to deal with on this end. They don't have the items you gotta break to slow you down. So a few differences there. I don't know how much they actually impact things. Having trouble remembering how to get up. Is it around this corner? Yeah, okay. Okay, then you drop down, come around here. I think I cleared all of this. Just want to make sure I'm not missing a secret somewhere. I don't care, I guess, that much. Oh, got more of these guys. Is it just the one? I think it's two. There we go. Now that seems a little different. But that's the shortcut. So let's, isn't it? Is there no shortcut? That's going to be frustrating if there's no shortcut. I thought, look at that. That is a bit brutal. Now that is a change. I wonder why. Maybe that's why I ended up killing these guys so many times. It's because there's no shortcut. Nope, don't follow him because you'll die. That makes this proposition a little more interesting. because they're going to make you do the whole level again, do you just do it? We can give the boss a try. I don't think it's like impossibly difficult, but there's nothing saying I'm not going to totally screw it up. So he's going to say you're too stupid. Was there a different shortcut? Huh. That was a change I was not expecting, I gotta say. I fully just assumed the shortcut was always there. Yeah, let's go take a look at least. I got enough life gems. My bastard sword's in decent shape for a fight. They didn't put the enemy from the Lost Bastille. They didn't put one of those on here. It's just the local pirates. So let's do a couple things. One, let's burn a human effigy. Not that I'm necessarily expecting anybody. Let's give it a shot. And then we want to go below and see what happens. Although I did think there was an NPC you could summon. I might have that completely wrong, though. Let's give it a try. This could go horribly wrong. I thought this was kind of a cool design for a boss. You know, one side's got the blunt, the other side's got the bleed. And when the one side attacks, the other can't really because he gets pulled off the ground. Oh, interesting. Sort of a surprise move. The other guy comes from behind. And I thought part of the trick of this fight was that I get a little jealous and wrecked. I thought the water level was rising, but maybe that's just an incorrect memory. Get greedy, finish this off. There we go. This is vanilla, right? Yeah. I sort of got these turned around. My intention is always to do vanilla first. So what I'll do is I'll come back in Scholar, try that boss fight, and then maybe I'll try and get back on course. But yeah. And then this puts us at, whoop, as I run off the ledge and die. Don't jump off. This is going to put us on the other side of Lost Bastille from how you get there through the Pursuer. This is the, I think, intended path, if I had to guess. So there should be a bonfire. Oop. How do you do that? What I want to do is I just want to get the, I think there's a bonfire very close by. Because I'm wondering if I can send the elevator back down and jump on the roof to get to that secret passage. There we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to travel. I'm not going to mess around doing that kind of stuff with all these souls. So let's go level up. So one of the things, you know, the video I'm going to try and link to in the show notes talked about how like you kind of want to just dump everything into adaptability immediately and get that up as fast as you can. I don't know if that's actually the smart thing to do, but I have what I need to do some weapons and stuff, so I feel like getting vigor, endurance, getting some hit points going is also important, but maybe what I'll do is I'll just sort of chip away. And then, like I said, the video also says then you always run over here and just dump anything else you can into life gems. Because they are unlimited. So I had a little bit left over, but I think I must have some... Let me just see how I'm doing on like the... Yeah, on these. Get some more levels if I can. It's gotta be good for one more, right? Start getting endurance up. And again, according to the video, you take the remaining 1,500 and go buy 5 life gems. There's probably other things I could get, but let's just see how it works for a little bit. Doesn't seem like a bad use, to be honest with you. It's something I'll always be able to use. So let's go here. Yeah, let's see if we can get on top of that elevator real quick. See what that item was. Okay, so I gotta get out. Get on top, and I think it was this way. Scimitar. Okay, that's not a bad, it's not like an Uchigatana or something, but it's nice to have like a dex bleed kind of weapon, I guess. I wonder if you can get under. Can't really tell from here, but oh well. I guess, yeah, I should have checked the other open cell just to make sure. Okay. Okay, with that, let's jump back over to Scholar, finish up the boss, and then we'll call No Man's Wharf set. Good to go. Okay, so here we are back in Sins of the Scholar of the First Sin. Let's finish up No Man's Wharf and move on. Again, as we saw, like, Vanilla did not have the shortcut, so thank goodness they at least introduced that. It's not gonna... What I'm gonna do for now, just to save weapon durability, I'm gonna switch to the fire longsword to get me to the boss, and then go from there. Because you still got to go through a bit of a gauntlet, but it's just not quite as bad. Again, had to go through, light all these torches. There's a dog over here that's not there in vanilla. Whoop. How many of these do I have? Not as many as I would like. All right. It's a bit more of a gauntlet. Again, this guy hanging on the edge is new, but I'm going to run past. Try and deal with him. Again, this shortcut makes all the difference. Nope, don't want to do that. I want to pick up item. And, whoop, here we go. Got a little bit more to deal with on the boat. Because again, they introduced one of the enemies from Lost Bastille. In addition to... Oh, there's a couple of these guys. Whoa. Interesting. It's good to know. Maybe you can't entirely speed run to the boss. I thought I took care of the ones I needed to take care of, but maybe not. Getting stun locked here. But it does raise the question, do I need to actually clear out a lot more than I thought I did in order to make that run? Because I'm not sure where those guys came from. Did they come from... Was it this guy? So let's switch to the Bastard Sword now, because it's got a bit of a bigger sweeping attack. I don't know if it's going to be enough to overhand that guy, but... But it is a little concerning just how many of those guys were coming up behind me. So the question is, do I have to clear this to go down? Part of me says better be safe than sorry. But I'm not looking forward to dealing with that other guy on the ledge there. Only because I just don't remember how to fight them. It's been a little while. Got 5 life gems, that's not bad. Guess let's start with Estus and then move to life gems. Probably should have. I was gonna say should have human effigied it, but I didn't. So that's alright. That's not good. Wow, okay. Oof, oof, oof. Okay, okay. So I can't tell, is the water rising and am I starting to move slower? That's what I feel like it is. Whoa, whoa, that missed? Alright, alright. Do we both go down? I died, but did it die? That's the question. I don't think it did. Crap. Nope, not this way. That is disheartening. I mean, I was definitely doing the get greedy, so I don't... So I'm not surprised that was the result, but Disappointed, maybe is the right word. Not mad, just disappointed. But I don't think I'm crazy. I feel like the water was rising and I was losing mobility in that last fight. Again, not exactly sure how much of this I have to do, but definitely want to err on the side of caution. Would love to be getting some life gems here to replenish the paltry amount I still have going for me. Because I'm going to need... Oh, no, human effigy does not heal. It just restores my form. So that's... I wonder what triggered the rush last time. What did I miss that... Oh, interesting. It puts it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn a human effigy. I'm going to pop a life gem. Because again, for some reason I thought there was an NPC around here that could help me out. Okay, so what do we got here? Let's lose that, and let's replace that with a Radiant Life Gem. Let's lose that and replace that with the old Radiant Life Gem. Let's put, I don't know if this kind of stuff matters to this particular enemy. Transform to blend it. Okay, don't need to do that. But I could have sworn there was... Even these things show... You know, I think they were here in both versions. Those things show up later as well. In like this annoying poison level. Maybe I missed the NPC that you could summon. I thought there was some kind of dwarf character or something. You know what? Can't hurt. So let's... And I'm bad at using this stuff anyway. So let's... what's this? Don't need that. Dark right-hand weapon. I don't know if I need that. Let's try Magic Ooze. I don't know if it's going to make a difference, but... Let's try it. So we gotta be a little quicker. So clearly I want the blunt guy to be... Ooh. the side attacking me. Because it's a little slower. Starting to lose some of that mobility. But that's okay. Can't recall if this chest was there in the original. I don't think so. I think, yeah, they definitely want to make... Because I would remember the pyromancy. Maybe it was something else in there. I guess we don't need to watch the cutscene. This is new. Makes sense, but it is new. It's interesting, yeah, they put enemies between you and the bonfire after you beat the boss. Just make sure that secret passage is still there. Or did I miss it? So I'm not going to mess around. First things first, gotta light the bonfire. Gotta level up, and then let's go see if we can find that secret passage real quick. Travel. Nope. Alright, let's see what we have going on here. Dump a couple into that. Yeah, just dump a couple into that. Let's see if we can go do any upgrading to weapons. Not sure if we have a thing to burn to... Oh, nice. Okay. I'm going to put it into the bastard sword. And maybe I'll hold on to the rest. I don't know if I'm wearing the best armor either, to be honest with you. But I do still have a dump of souls that I wish I could spend on something else. Let me see if I've got anything to burn. I don't. Let's travel there. And yeah, let's see if we can just double check that secret passage. It's honestly not the most important thing. More curious than anything else. I guess I'll have to be careful that there will be a couple of soldiers down there. I guess you could get by them, though, because they're asleep. So it's not like it's forcing you to fight necessarily between... No, I thought it was this way. Oh, interesting. They make it a little easier to... Unless I completely missed that. All right, so yeah, what we'll do is we'll wrap this one up. No Man's Wharf is in the books. Again, there were some interesting differences between the two, namely the shortcut that does not exist in vanilla, which sort of changes the math on that kind of significantly. You know, it gave me a reason to risk going after the boss when I was carrying a more than comfortable amount of souls. So I guess that's an interesting thing. A couple other things, I guess. Some enemy placements. Just little differences overall. But in the end, I thought, and the vanilla gave you some torches throughout, so you could, not have to backtrack all the way and light them yourself, which was a little helpful, but not crazy. But otherwise, there we go. This has been Black Lodge Trivia Night, checking out some more Dark Souls 2, No Man's Wharf. And we'll be back and maybe do the Lost Bastille comparison. I'm not sure which is the best entrance to approach it from. We've got the other one that we unlocked through the Pursuer. But, anyway, we took last week off in terms of our actual plays because of Thanksgiving. So hopefully, you can forgive us for that. But we should be back pretty soon with more of those. We have some podcasts coming up. Audio versions of those are available. You already found us here on YouTube. But, again, thank you very much for checking this out. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And we'll be back soon. Take care.